I love you.
Love you aja.
Semuanya love you.
Jam 10 besok keburu enggak?
Kayaknya enggak, Theo, kalau jam 10.
Besok sama kan ya?
And the fundamentals there for
Kan
Paper
nggak ada fun
X
match.
so strong. Everybody
Boleh nggak ya?
holds fast.
Keburu.
Mind Freak gets the
Oh
one kill
iya,
he needs to
besok
get
nggak ada fun match,
involved
bener.
in
Bisa,
that
Theo.
round.
Kalau jam 6 mulai sih
help out everybody.
buru.
Paling lu nggak dapet last match
Buru,
doang itu.
Buru sih dia kalau nggak ada fun match.
Team Liquid's not able to scale with that utility that Navarro was putting up. That orb was trying to keep
Gue
dividing
geser dulu, Cok.
Kemana
Duluan.
up for long enough.
Enggak. Nggak, Bro. Nonton ini gua.
lagi.
Hah?
Match lagi, Cok.
Orang udah kelar anjir.
Udah kelar ini.
Kelar lah.
Udah.
Lu ada aja lu.
Pantas pada keluar ya.
Iya, udah kelar.
Besok jam berapa mulainya, Cok?
Sama.
Sama jam 6:30 paling.
Gue pengen nonton
Kamu
lagi,
game
Cok. Seru
11
banget, Cok, anjir.
Kamu game sebelah belum?
Iya, gua game sebelah dulu bentar ya.
Aman.
Ya,
Lo live nih.
kita yuk.
Ayo.
Scream stays, it just
Yan,
repowers up to
gimana nih Yan?
Yampi has completely rotated off. But look at this power lead. Soulcast just put out in mid.
Ah, ini bisa panjang sih Yan.
Right back.
Gua nggak bisa share screen lagi Yan. Discord gua nggak tahu kenapa. Nggak tahu muter doang. Gak apa-apa lah ya, lu nonton sendiri ya. Ntar ada Montana kali. Soalnya lu kecil banget sumpah.
This is the classic Paper X. Ooh, that's spammable. Need that wall to go through that
Nah,
box.
cek.
Kecil banget. Coba colok
Oh, Yampi.
Kecil, Cok.
Coba colok bentar.
Oke.
Oh my gosh, he is. Oh, but the shots don't land initially. But they do now. Are you expecting Dima? Yes, you are. And the kill lights up. And now Yampi
Aron bos, nggak sopan bos, si anjing.
Going to be a collab. That's all right. A second longer.
This wall causes problems for Paper X, actually.
But the kill through Mind Freak once again on the flank. He's going to be so
Bro,
late
masih
though.
nggak?
Yampi can
Sama
really wreak
aja
havoc
sih Yan.
here, but he's not able to do it in 8-4 half
Kenapa
for
kecil ya?
Paper X.
And they
Kenapa ya?
immediately broke that wall too.
Biasanya enggak.
Paper X looked really solid. Once
Nggak
they
apa-apa,
started
gua
to get
gedein
an
nih.
understanding of how this was playing out,
What a flank from Mind Freak.
just
Masih nggak?
so good.
Masih anjing. Coba teriak deh kayak biasanya.
And it's
Tes,
just
tes.
on screen.
Tuh. Gede tapi tetap kecil gitu loh Yan.
All smiles for the Paper X campus once again. They find themselves at
Oh, ini
8-4
ngecil lagi banget,
lead at
parah.
half on Pearl. Let's throw it down to the desk.
Our minds
Oh,
were
opening.
undoubtedly freaked
Opening.
that half there.
Opening.
Get ready. Champions has arrived.
Astra Viper both playing on A. Paper X are forced to
Gimana,
take
guys?
the to B so
Nah, ini
much
gede.
of the time. And without a Viper wall, things do sometimes get
Dah,
squiffy.
aman.
But I think Team Liquid, yeah, Team Liquid had moments of success. They won a thrifty round here, but the majority of the time, actually, Paper X, even
Ulang, guys.
without that Viper wall, still able to get into the B side, find their openings,
Lu mau liat live
and
gua nggak, Yan?
overwhelm against occasionally the side.
Ih, coba lu nonton live gue dong. Kalau udah bilang ya.
Their game plan was with that Sage. The game plan that wasn't really working was the other side of things. This Phoenix for Scream. I didn't.
Udah belum Yan?
Sabar.
Ulang ya guys. Ini sekalian Rian. Belum Yan? Sekarang kita kasih
Mana?
Udah.
Mana? Udah.
Get ready. Champions has arrived.
Lihat gak Yan?
Ini gue lagi lihat. Yang apa Rising ini kan?
Yoi, keren gak?
Bagus kok.
The mystery on their side.
Asik ya, buat entry Valorant gitu.
Oh,
iya
bagus.
Crazy game plan.
Bagus
Maybe
itu.
the second half they'll
Oke lah ya.
What a good half though from Forsaken. He's bounced back beautifully.
Indeed, he has. Let's see what this next half is going to bring us. And by the way,
Nangka
the blue pill.
Ini bisa menang kan nih Prx Yan by the way anyway Bazu ini.
Bisa lah, masa enggak.
Tadi padahal udah 12-10 loh. Gila gak?
Oh, map 1 di comeback.
Di comeback, Cok.
Yampi continues to be a
berarti
monster.
Liquid.
Yeah.
Right, we see him in his first kills, first
Berantakan sih kelihatan ini loh, apa Prx-nya mau finishing cepat gitu loh.
Oh,
Attacker dia kan.
barbar kayak biasanya.
Iya.
It did take the fight a lot to him, obviously. The desk touched on that, so potentially could be inflating it, but the rest of the team needs to
Lian
step
live
up
gak?
right now. Scream.
Tahu lu ya ada PC baru janji mau nge-live juga.
Nunggu SP
Where
gua.
is the value
Gua
for
kalau live
Phoenix?
sekarang nggak tahu mau main apa, bro.
Valorant ayo gue temenin.
Kalau mah ngapain di live-in anjing.
Very underwhelming.
Ketahuan cuma ntar bisa nembak doang ya Yan. Bisa pakai skill.
Iya.
How many ults did we see? Maybe 2.
Yeah. That's really valuable, yeah.
Gue tahu banget.
Kalau game terlalu kompe
A lot more
anjing.
conditional on attack. Much less.
Gua kan orangnya kalau live baca chat mulu anjing.
Santai aja nembak-nembak aja.
This entire round, once he got in this position, he's held the line for so long and Yumpy's down.
It's such a good.
Gila padahal 4 second nge-picknya lama banget.
Nice anjing.
Lalu telat ya?
But Liquid
Telat ya?
continued
Nonton di mana lu?
forward.
Gua YouTube, lu di mana Twitch?
Twitch dong.
Conceal it or hide in any which way. Venka trying to take the fight to their left, though. Look at how far up he is. Yeah, and he's punished for it, but Forsaken and Jing find 2 big
Gue gak bisa share screen sih, gak tahu ah.
Detik berapa? 31, 30, 29,
28, 27, 26.
They don't have the spike. They don't really have any utility to try to take some space away to get into a better position. This round feels done and dusted, Bala.
Anjing dia tele
Gila
loh.
dia TP ke situ lagi gila.
Oh, no.
Aduh menang cok.
Aja.
That was so close.
Too close.
Gila 4 second dia TP balik lagi anjing.
He is able to swing with Forsaken, just running out of bullets at the wrong time. That's that crosshair placement I was talking about. But here's the push from Team Liquid. I mean, what?
Dia kan udah hilang nih.
Yeah, I feel you so guys.
Untung aja Davai-nya menang ya.
I feel you.
Vi smiling as he saves the day, but it really felt like it should have never gotten there to begin with.
Yeah.
Either way, Prx take the pistol. They hold the lead.
This is the biggest lead we've had all series long at this
Wah
point.
bahaya anjing haunnya di situ. Najis.
Chang on the other side. Door spamming through. Heavy mid presence from Liquid this time around.
Masa haunnya bisa di situ ya Yan?
Kok Jing tumben sih kayak takut gitu dah.
Nah, bukan kayak Jing biasanya ya?
Iya anjing kenapa ini?
Perry got the vulnerable off.
Yeah.
He lurks up with the wall. Forsaken almost wanted to take that.
Spike-nya ketahuan anjing.
Wall fell, but Navera just goes through.
Sama
He's
Aaron.
chasing him down. He knows his position.
Forsaken turning
Oh
around.
my goodness.
The headhunter.
Coba nih si CBR.
Way too good in that position. Scream with the sheriff. Oh, he's just looking for whatever he could possibly find here.
Most important that he actually does find some kill or death to get this
Yeah,
ult online.
Yeah.
Oi,
And he's gonna get a shot.
Mantap
Enggak
enggak?
aman.
It's pretty. I mean,
apanya?
Ih timing cok.
And surely Forsaken heard that.
Hah?
Scream was not quiet about it at all.
tap.
Nice.
So he does get the ult.
Banget. Timingnya di atas bawah ya.
It's ridiculous that he does have it because what? He's gotten 2 kills this half. Probably the 2 deaths. 6 ult points only for the Phoenix ult. That's part of the appeal.
And it's part of their game plan too, right? You mentioned
Gimana
both
sih ini Scream
pistol
nih?
rounds, they
Aduh.
funnel that orb into him.
Ini main Reyna aja dah sumpah dah.
Have that as part of your game plan. You're relying on 4 ults a half pretty much.
Oh sempat nge-lag ya guys
Which
barusan
most of the
guys.
time you can get. The Prx is nullifying that so far in
Mon
this
live-in Mon.
game.
Sabar.
Let's see how it's used.
Liquid with a Viper wall towards B.
Udah belum?
He's just gonna be. Oh my goodness! Remember what happened?
No. He doesn't
This
have
is the
ult.
most TikTok thing ever.
He doesn't have ult.
There's an angle.
Oh, he spotted
Anjing.
one. The ping's through, but they spotted him!
Bisa di sini?
And Jingling gets a kill anyway.
Scream is literally running. He's no clue. I mean, this
Bro,
is an overpass moment.
There's no way you see
Astaga,
it. How do you
TikTok.
kill him? How do you get him down from that pesky wall?
Spike planted.
Dude, they still have no clue what happened. I mean, they still have no clue.
This is outrageous. They have no idea how many angles he can see.
Wah gue gak
Look at
sabar
him.
sih nonton
Oh,
ini
come on.
reaction streamer.
That is ridiculous.
And it's even crazier to think that they managed to get the spike down through all of that, the tap through. You see the slow work, now you see the molly start to spam everything there.
Nice.
Scream left alone.
Aduh.
And, well, He's able to take care of Jake. He stopped the defuse, but there were still too many numbers at the end of the day.
Kok lo duluan, Bro?
Iya kok belum duluan nih?
Nggak tahu.
Paper-X now
Kayaknya gue
7
duluan
rounds
ya.
ahead.
Ntar gua pause
Stretching
sama
this
itu kan, Bro.
lead as far as it can go.
Ya, refresh bareng aja Yomon, yuk.
And they have
Oh, 2, 3.
that can't be the only type of little thing that they have like that.
Anjing,
Like the satchel
anjing,
up, the
jing.
wall up on top of the box.
Ini sih.
Soulcast was actually looking at
Itu
it.
udah ketahuan tadi mah
You can
jumping
see
ya.
the ping too on the minimap. Like,
Yeah.
I spotted him for a moment.
Impressive.
Cuman
So the only reason they weren't looking.
TikTok dari dia kali ya, bukan dari dia dari TikTok ya kan ya.
the
Ya
only
dia dari
reason
belajar
they
dari
looked
sini
was
pasti
simply
siapa?
Because they thought he got off.
Namanya tuh
Because why would you stick around that long?
Wah,
Sure.
gila sih, men.
I don't know that I blame
Apaan barusan.
Time out used for Team Liquid again. The 7th
Siapa namanya?
round lead in favor of Paper-X. It feels like the biggest, very well could be the biggest we've seen this entire series. Paper-X looking to just kind of put a bow on this thing and send us over to Ascent.
Grim.
And Ascent is going to be such a good match.
Belajar dari Grim.
Because at Copenhagen, I know a lot of people are excited about their bind, but Paper-X was working.
Oh, bareng Srot dong, Blo. Iya, si kenal gue
First two
anjing.
teams were Guild and Fnatic at Copenhagen. Just unconventional pushes, constantly finding rotations and flanks off from Paper-X, which we saw a lot on Haven of. Wonder if they actually have adapted.
Nih, tinggal satu-satunya wakil apak nih.
It's funny that you use that word unconventional. That really feels
Seriusnya
like
kalah
that's
ya?
been the part of the Paper-X DNA for as long as we've known them.
Tapi kalau dia ini menang,
But they've added,
dia
as you were
masuk
mentioning,
pokoknya di
the
playoff berarti.
wrinkle of unconventional, right? They're a bit more methodical here, and it's working at least on Pearl.
per match 1 15-13 ya Pak kalau nggak salah. Iya 15-13.
Cheeky little combo.
This was the space taking utility that Team Liquid was relying a lot on to get Giambi into
Dan
position.
gue senangnya strat kayak gini mereka
And it's
nggak
for Jing here.
sayang skill gitu ya Yan ya.
Iya.
Note the prowler out from Soulcast spotted one.
Map baru juga sih ini. Mereka masih banyak banget strat-strat aneh yang belum pernah dilihat gitu.
Manfred gak kena loh sama sekali.
Tadi main free kill 3, kill 4 ya sempat tadi.
Tadi yang di mid kan.
The benefit is that Scream dying there was not out of reach of the rifle, so he still has it. Or excuse me, it was picked up by Demasek.
Out of charge.
I just wall doubled or.
Pede banget Jing sumpah.
Yeah, really just felt like Liquid were trying to spread the field as much as they can and try to apply some pressure.
Gila ya.
Nice.
Anything at all. But it's a prime gaming flaw as it comes through for Paper-X.
Kalau secara mental sih bagusan buat Prx nih ya.
Much faster than we might have expected.
Jumpy-nya sih yang paling tai Blo.
Jumpy dari tadi ya.
Team Liquid.
Gila 3 killnya berapa kali jumpy nih coba lihat.
At the beginning of the game, this is the LCQ team for EMEA. They were playing a tournament with split in the map pool just 2 weeks ago.
Lu sempet lah ya satu round ini menang gue berak anjing. Hit perut cok.
Just pummeling them, punishing them.
Aduh ngentot nggak kuat gue.
For the decision to go for this map.
This time, no sees.
banget.
Nade, it's actually
Aduh,
just
sayang
slow
banget.
for Forsaken to take the aggressive angle. Scream with the Guardian finds one
Bisa
on the
heal
Jing.
lagi.
And the spy is not entirely broken. Forsaken still holding.
No.
Not knowing if anyone has swung around across through. He's got Haunt, he's got 2 prowlers to deal with.
Gila.
Stays about as long as he possibly could.
Manfred.
Manfred.
2 orang lagi nge-push.
He's evened it up.
Yeah, it's actually Benkai who's pushed up. You're not expecting both. You're not expecting that
Spike-nya
level
di
of
situ
aggression.
ya, makanya dari tadi ditaruh terus.
Meticulously dissect
Udah
and devour
ketahuan.
everything around Liquid.
Menang sih mestinya ya.
And this is a tease for what's to come on Ascent. They've
Map
got
3
a
Ascent ya,
crossfire on the spike in attacker spawn.
Tapi kuat lah sama-sama. Iya.
Nikmat sih cok ditonton.
Maybe Yumbi finds something.
Forsaken is going to sprint as soon as there's contact out through mid and up into this connector.
Now note, this is a 3v3 here.
Nah, dapat nih for a second.
Oh, what an angle.
Stalemate has just gone in favor of Paper-X. Forsaken and Benkai clean it up.
Nice.
14-4, shellacking on
Let's
Pearl.
go. Dapai, let's go Dapai.
Just domination.
Di ketawa anjing.
The final Southeast Asia team does not want to go out before playoffs.
Jing ini bener-bener kayak bocil kumon ya anjoy.
I mean, that was a whooping ball.
our first of these decider matches.
Oh, Jumpy potong rambut, diikat jadi gantengan ya.
Boy said on the desk earlier on that it feels like every team is competitive in this event. And this is just further proof of that. A 3-mapper to decide playoffs.
Ini nih Jumpy di sini juga ngehe nih.
You see, Liquid, I mean, they were still able to get a couple of rounds, and Yumpy still had himself an incredible performance, right? Like, as we were mentioning, it is just kind of a constant with Yumpy and the tournament that he's had so far, but really everywhere else across the board, Prx had the advantage. You can tell the preparation was there. They had the cheeky little setups like that wall that we saw where Jing was able to get high ground. They had a plan and they executed it to perfection.
They're clearly.
Ya, Jumpy ini jadi kalau dilihat dari ini.
Warning to other teams too, depending on if they make it through, but also to study. Scream definitely had a rough one.
Bentar lagi isi data mereka.
Scream had a rough one. I mean, really, everyone on Liquid other than Yumpy did.
Mana tarik kok belum live tarik ya?
It just really felt like they were dissected at every facet of the game.
Yeah. And we're going to a set right now where Scream is going to play that same role potentially. I really hope that he hasn't lost faith in it, right? Because if that's what they've been prepping, if that's what they're comfortable on, then they need to go for it. But the other thing too is Liquid can counterpick other teams. So I'm wondering if things will shift up.
Jumpy itu 2 kali 4 kill. F1.
They found on Pearl. We'll see if he's able to replicate it on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere, dear friends. The last map is going to be a good one.
Lu baru live lo ya?
Ya, ganti live kan? Ya, Jumpy lagi step up banget memang.
Sayang banget ya ini nggak live si Prx.
Jing 30 kill.
Jing lagi on fire banget sih.
Ya. Tadi juga oke barusan. Peringkat 2. Jumpy lah yang stabil nih.
Dari dulu gak sih Jumpy ini? Jarang banget dia underperform.
TBC. Asen nih. Mana Asen lagi?
Enggak, sebenarnya yang seru tuh ini, Bro. Prx itu defaultnya aja sebenarnya udah kuat loh. Tapi mereka selalu kayak ketakutan kena counter gitu, Bro. Padahal menurut gua tim yang paling inovasinya paling bagus itu Prx. Maksudnya kayak
Prx ya paling banyak
dari
banget
semua skill ya, inovasi skill ya.
Iya.
Setup skill awal, push di awal tuh Prx paling banyak. Tapi mereka selalu expect bakal di counter, makanya mereka ganti-ganti agent gitu kan. Itu beberapa match kemarin tuh yang penting krusial tuh mereka kalah karena itu. Kalau menurut gua ya.
Overthinking sendiri ya.
Iya. Padahal menurut gua ya, mereka pakai default aja orang udah bingung juga untuk mecahin defaultnya Prx. Sayang banget sih.
Is as buttoned up on the map as they are based on what we've seen so far. They play it so well, Josh.
Yeah, it's so hard actually to tell where teams stack up against each other when they're in different groups.
Of course.
But after 2 really good showings on Pearl, we can now say, I think with some level of certainty, the Prx are up towards the top, if not the team with the best understanding of this map.
Yeah, and it was made very obvious in this one because both these teams had fairly opposite approaches to the map. Team Liquid ran the Aster Viper, they went in with the Phoenix, which was an interesting choice, but I think that Prx thus far
bingung udah jadwal idea nih bener-bener.
Gue lagi coba minta kompensasi nih ke Mas Alif. Aduh, pusing banget.
Gua udah minta Kamis sama Sabtu nih. 10 sampai jam 12 kan. Matthew mau, terus gue jadi diundur. Disuruh hari ke weekend.
Hari Kamis kan gue yang punya jadwal sebenarnya, malah gue yang dilempar ke Sabtu, anjing.
Tahu lah, gue bingung.
The mad part is that Soulcast knew where it was. I mean, they were aware that that was an angle. I wasn't aware that was an angle at all. Somewhere, Olofmeister's just smiling to it.
Yang mana lawan optik, emangnya iya? Nggak dibagi lagi grupnya ya? Coba gue mau lihat tuh.
The Phoenix did not get value on Pearl. Look at the right-hand column. That's his stats.
Oh iya bener.
But Scream has played on Ascent many times. That's map 3.
Yang menang ini lawan Optik, Cok.
Look at the difference in terms of what he was able to do against Leviathan in the past and what he did on Pearl. Phoenix is so map dependent. I don't think we should assume that it's going to fail on map 3 if they decide to go in that direction. But it is a lot of pressure for him to prove that the Phoenix is worthwhile.
Yeah, if map number 1 was just like a yampy diff, map number 2 was just a preparation and game plan difference, because it felt like Team Liquid would have the advantage coming in as the question mark to Pearl. But for Prx, they're proving that they have been able to come into the break after Copenhagen and adapt themselves, implement a new map into their pool, show us different styles, which is something I think people were nervous about.
Sore aja lah sore gua.
Gak bisa, sore udah gak bisa. Lu kapan sih harusnya live, Bro? Jadwal asli lo?
Jam 5 sampai jam 7 gua biasanya, Mon.
Bukan, harinya.
Rabu Sabtu.
Especially if you're a Prx fan watching from home, because they gave us a lot to talk about, and I'm sure all those.
Soalnya kan nggak bisa ini hari ini ada yang kerjaan ini nah.
People are going to be desperate to pick that comp in all of your ranked games now. They'll be like, do the TikTok wall, and they're just going to fail it at the beginning of every round.
Man, could you put me up on that stage wall so I can get these kills?
That's going to be the comms, and it's going to be a guy eating his microphone, I guarantee.
Ini bakal off tour nih, Bro, kata dia mau GP liter. Emang Singapura udah wamil? Really?
It's hard to predict, because I think that if you are Prx, Coach Alex and the rest of the team had to have anticipated that if you get this Ascent pick here, that you're going to be running into the Phoenix. I would imagine that they have been prepped for this.
Yeah, and there were so many
Serius
moments
kalian.
even on Pearl where people were playing anti-flash positions, or they would approach a corner, they would realize the Scream could flash around it, so they just delay a little bit longer, wait for the flash and punch. I think these kind of ideas showcase that they have a good idea of what's going to be coming at them and how to avoid getting punished by these buff flashes.
Yeah, and on top of that, the players that we need to step up for Prx very much have. Mindfreak was having a great game on a lot of those lurks and was finding some big moments. And on top of that, Forsaken had an absolute 180. He had
Sendirian aja.
Pablo balik 5M nih.
When he's off here on Ascent, I would expect it to be the same. Scream has to be
Enggak gua. Kemarin tuh gara-garanya tuh dengerin nih, kemarin tuh gara-garanya tuh. Jadi ngoceh-ngoceh pada minta, karena kan tiket bank besar di gua tuh black tiketnya kan. Udah ayo.
Kasih aja tiketnya, nggak usah masuk.
Gua pengen cobain juga ikut.
Berarti kan lu nya. Nih Jumpy nih stabil banget sih dikit.
Tapi yang jago-jago nih yang pada masih pakai chamber loh.
Ya memang harus aim keras, Bro.
Ini software Samsung update terus, betain aja ya.
Gimana betin? Maksudnya
iOS-nya gitu, dia update terus.
Ininya prosesornya.
Iya. Dikit-dikit update.
Ya sih, sering banget ya.
Sering nih, 3 hari udah 2 kali update.
Kelewatan sih.
Enka jadi apa tadi? Gua nggak lihat entry-nya lagi. Betul lah, bentar.
Jadi menurut gua Prx banyak sekali agent pool untuk di map SM sendiri, dan Liquid. Tapi pertandingan kita kali ini langsung aja.
Soulcast, Forsaken, Scream, Survive, Nivera.
Kabaran delete. Enggak, telat kita udah.
Mind Freak.
Delete live ya?
Kayak masih live di ini emangnya. Pablo live.
Ben Kai.
Ya ampun.
Masih live, Matthew live.
Emil.
Selesai.
Alex.
Anjay. Kayak psikopat kata caster.
Apa?
Si Benkai katanya kayak psikopat.
Si Bengke datang bawa pizza tadi.
A trophy already on his wall.
Iya kah?
Yeah.
Or on his head in this case. Oh man.
There's so much pressure for both of these teams. Either of these teams seriously could go on to being a top 4 team at the
Think about how ridiculous this is. All right, Prx, second place in Copenhagen, falling to FPX in the finals, but what a run did Prx have. And then Team Liquid, they have not lost in groups, and you do
Ya
that
lama kering lah.
of all places. That is just a heartbreaker for this team.
Especially after
Apa kok?
last year.
Apa Pride? Jampi dikasih pizza nggak mau diambil. Kalah lo, makanya lo nggak mau ambil lo.
Okay, this is it. Prime Gaming agent select. What does Team Liquid decide to do? Do they go with the Phoenix? I think it's safe to bet that they will go with that. Prx, they have to be anticipating this, Mimi. Let's see what we get.
Scream Reina.
It's going to be interesting to see what comes out here. For the side of Prx, it looks like they are going to be returning to the composition that they've played before. The Fade Rays coming through with that Astra as well. Like we've talked about, it's very effective. They were flawless with this composition at Copenhagen. They have a lot of different game plans. And it's a composition that gives Jing so many opportunities.
Mirip ya.
I think Jing is definitely going to be a story piece that's been playing well
Emang mirip.
match so far. But to me, Forsaken has to be playing well here and playing smartly.
Reina Jo.
Great game plan, and sometimes Forsaken will get given a snipe for free and just slightly
Reina Jo.
and give his life away. The Forsaken battle for value is going to be absolutely pivotal.
Those crazy overpeaks work when Forsaken is having a great day, but thus far there has been a little.
Bengke nggak mungkin ngasih main duelis.
Yampi has been farming. He's back to the chamber.
Wah, beda Scream pakai
Scream
Phoenix.
is going back to this Phoenix. I think it's a big risk, but you
Aduh,
also
Scream nih
can see
Phoenixnya apa ya, Cok?
that they want to pick this. You get the Phoenix, you get the KO. You can run those splits with self-sufficient flashers on either side. It enables both Scream and Nevera to be big, but they've shown it a lot. They've played it a lot.
Yeah, was it enough? Is it going to be enough, rather?
Yeah, I think
Harusnya sih enakan Prx ya.
They haven't
Harusnya ya.
lost in a long time. Just correct myself from earlier where I said it.
This is it. It all comes down to this. Two teams at their absolute best, fighting in a best-of-1 to determine who moves on to the playoffs. It's Prx. It's Team Liquid. Let's do this on Ascent. Balla, Doug, over to you.
Thank you so much, GB. An elimination match to go to map 3, to go on a map that is historically very good for both teams. The Scream wrinkle in with the Phoenix, and we'll see if he can find more value. It just doesn't get any better.
And so much importance on this match. Playoffs on the line, a region on the line for SCA here for Prx.
Lebih banyak yang berharap Prx lolos sih.
Iya dong.
Karena lebih menarik gitu tontonnya ya.
Ya.
Ini kita ngomongin penikmat ya, bukan sebagai pendukung.
Prx
sebagai fans. Oh nggak ada chatroomnya, kosong Cok. Oh ini baru nih.
Prx and Liquid
Dimulai.
going ahead, and it's Ascent that's going to Siam
Episode ini penting banget sih.
decider. And you're right, the mid peak is already explosive. Look at Jing already satcheling his way forward.
Gila Jing
and they just took so much space so fast. There's gonna be a pinch on to Demasic right here on the site.
The paranoid doesn't hit Jing, and I don't think he knows it. They've lost full tree control. No, he had no idea. The frenzy was there. It delays the push for just a moment, but you have to keep an eye. You gotta keep an eye on Soulcast. Yeah, he was behind. But Forsaken cleans him up, the door's down, Spike is planted.
What a pace to set here for Prx. Right off the bat. The round starts, the barrier drops, and they instantly pounce.
Wah, anjing flawless Cok.
What a start.
Wah, mentalnya mulai goyang nih buat Tim Liquid nih.
Him reacting on the stage, you're absolutely right. The pace was sickening.
Itu semua kedorong sama skill-skill temen-temennya ya.
4-to-1 pistols for Prx as well. Team Liquid struggling with them.
Hebatnya nggak bisa nge-push. Gara-gara kena smoke-nya main free.
This early pick, and I love how Jing just immediately double satchels to take that space.
Fuck him!
And we're back. This is
Dapai anjing emang. Udah 3-1 dapai nih.
you'll hear out of Challengers playoffs when Paper X goes
Dapai anjing.
undefeated in APAC.
Fuck him, kill him, fuck him.
Strap in, friends. It's going to be a good one. So, somehow the fact that we've gone 10 seconds and there hasn't been anything crazy compared to the last one is definitely a slower pace. And there you go. But Scream just rips him out of the skies.
These haunts though. Oh my goodness.
There's no way
Got
out.
two, man.
There was nowhere
Right
to go.
there. Eat it. Eat that shit, man.
We're gonna get the spike down here. Two sheriffs, excuse me, left for Team Liquid.
Gila, for second beli Vandal.
Type of thing that's always a
Mendingan
problem here
gitu
on
tau.
eco rounds is
Sekarang.
you just don't have the right weapons to break.
Biar
even
nextnya
basic
nggak
things
bonus-bonus
like
banget.
haunts there. They're
Riskan
not wanting to
anjing,
shoot
sumpah.
with the
Risky
shoulder.
Gue serem banget gue orang dua beli Vandal. Takut gue.
Tapi prinsip mereka menang gitu. Jadi
He's the furthest
Ayo
away from
lo.
the fight though.
Ayo lo, Bang.
And Device swings off of his own flash, cleans him up.
Aduh,
Forsaken's
Bang.
Vandal takes
Mau
care
lihat
of the
siapa
Spectre
lu?
that stood.
Aduh,
And
Bang.
another
For
clean
second
round.
dog. Pakai
Forsaken's
Vandal.
already
Udah punya
Udah
kaya
lah.
banget tuh, Yan.
Udah ada ulti dia.
I have to wonder how
7
Scream is
kill.
the last one there. When he
Anjing
took
udah
that
ada
first
ulti, Cok.
fight.
Yeah.
Haunts
Yeah,
was
Panelnya
like-
dikasih ke orang, dia pakai ulti.
Jing
Wah, the
came
best.
out immediately.
Kaya raya deh, Yan.
Kaya dia.
Wow, what a
Kayak
difference
banget itu.
actually. Paper X 5-2.
Ojo kayak
Whereas
200,
Taylor
1400 ya.
2-4 in these decider maps. That is huge actually. And it's important to note that that is stage 2 as well. So
Lah
Team
at
Liquid,
least
that's
Scream
when
udah
they
bunuh
didn't
1
make
lah,
it
nggak 2 round flawless
to
ya kan.
Copenhagen.
You want to
And they
play?
didn't have that
Let's
many
play.
deciders in LCQ.
Kaget nih, TL ditabrak-tabrakin cepet.
Currently at in terms of form is that level.
The pace that Paper X have shown. So much more vintage, so much more like the Paper X we've known to grow.
Aduh.
Grown to know and love.
Miss segitu doang ya.
Great angle from Scream.
Enggak, tempatnya anti mainstream anjing.
Forsaken
Curang
had no
banget.
idea.
And he's following up with a flash here. If the Prowler spots something.
Does, but there's a nice crossfire. There's help on the other side. Scream backs up.
They don't commit off of it, which is very nice. The information that they have on the rest of the map doesn't tell them that there should be an easy 2v1 or something like that. And look at Yampi too. He's all the way down mid. He's gotten so much information this entire time. Here comes the pivot from Paper X. Back over towards Jing.
He still has double satchels too.
They just heard the door close too, and that's actually really nice for Paper X right now. They don't have to worry about Tree at all. Because
Yeah,
Team
but
Liquid's worried about the pinch from Cap.
Flash out. There go the double satchels. Jing, the
Aduh,
soul of
wah,
aggression has
anjing.
just been dropped. Not around any longer. Devi also falls. Liquid seem to be
Nice.
holding the line, but the
Nice.
Spectres out from Paper X. Been problematic before. Yampi on the flank. Yampi on the shots. Not able to get the kills, but Scream just had the barrel of the gun shoved into his mouth by Benkai. But
Nice
Soulcast
try.
cleans him up.
Economical damage
And the
namanya.
pop off
Go,
on the stage from
emotional
Liquid
damage.
Yeah.
in kind.
Buset di Masik minus 96.000 cok duitnya.
That they won't get pushed around on this map. Scream again early in the
Hah?
game. He's
Gimana
got
cerita
his
minus
ult up.
90.000?
There's Jing,
Oh,
the
karena
second
ini.
time going crazy when he goes out for these A main executes. His double satchels. He's the
Ah,
guy who's
lebay
taking
lo,
space
anjing.
on this comp. The yells from the other side of the stage.
Oh yeah.
He's ready for this. He knows how much fun it is going to be to go against a team that potentially is not dead yet. And that's what people might have expected or thought after watching the pro game, saying, oh my goodness, they just got stomped. Here's Scream down mid.
That was the only challenge. But they also push into tree at the
Aduh,
exact same
miss.
time, yeah.
And these trades are very favorable here for Paper X. Obviously, it come out.
Oh, anjing.
Nice.
Because they've already lost the smoke.
second nggak jelas, Cok, sumpah.
Ya,
Gun fire
area
ini.
10 tapi masih paling depan ya.
Bagian fire. Emang kalau lo harus paling depan
going
Mon.
forward.
Iya emang bener emang.
Just gonna show up
Mendingan
a
jadi tumbal.
little bit behind, the door goes down, and it's gonna be a retake attempt from Team Liquid. The flash there, and Jing tried to swing out, but he can't see a dang thing. Devi's so weak, Forsaken is 10 HP in a 1v3. Little sidestep,
Wah,
little
susah.
shoulder thrown.
Anjing. Masih dapat satu lumayan lah.
Dapat satu.
Cleans up Nevera, but Soulcats punches right back. We're tied.
Masa lagi sih?
And the bonus doesn't net any advantage here for Prx. They're not able to win the next gun round, so.
Benkai sih tadinya sabun banget ya.
Prx can scrounge together something. Very pivotal on that retake.
Absolutely. With a Guardian too.
And it's not something we've really touched on too much because obviously Yampi and Scream have taken a lot of attention, but swapping Nevera.
Prx-nya kaget juga sih, belum sempat post plan udah ditabrak langsung ya.
Dia bunuh 10 sendiri, Cok.
Has netted them a really good initiative.
10-2-2
He's got the KO ult up this round.
2 round tuh dari dia semua, 5 kill, 5-5 udah nih.
But they're going fast anyways.
Oh, the Molly timing is so good. As soon as they see the utility dump over the side, soaring through the skies, they counter with utility of their own.
Going up.
Scream looks to wall up. He's got a Prowler in his face. He tries to drop a flash. He has another one to work with. And yeah, I don't know how he's not alive. He just finally goes down.
Prx so low now.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, they're dead, bro. 5 HP for Devi. He's able to clean up one. He's going to get the spike down too. Paranoia has to take this forward angle. Now the flash there. Very well played by Liquid.
And the fast pace from Prx is all of a sudden stopped entirely.
Buy round.
Great setup again.
Tadi
This
di
time
ball
from
manis
Yampi
banget ya.
and Scream. Remember the position that Scream got that first kill on the bonus of Prx. This time, Yampi plays in that position, and he's got his rendezvous to TP out if there's any flashes. And Scream is baiting for him from stairs and also delaying for him to reposition to a great spot. Just a solid round, a solid setup.
3 ultimates to their name. Yampi 2 points away from his. He's got the operator to work with.
The important thing here is Devi's ult. This is the attack side ults that set the tone
bisa lempar ke dalam situ ya.
And we'll see if there's any sort of anti-KO ults from the other side or setup at all. Doesn't look like it just now.
Scream up close. He's got the flash out. There's the ult that you were looking for. And it's going to take mid.
This is getting everybody suppressed for Team Liquid right now.
Oh, it's going to be a bloodbath.
They're all running back-to-back site because they have no utility to slow this down.
Devi has to find value backside, but no! Nevera holds the line! He finds 2 massive kills. The flash out to look for the third, and they're all sitting in front of him, all sitting ducks.
Hot marking up 2. They're easily spammable from this position. But return fire somehow.
There.
Demistic isn't even here yet, bro. He only has 11 HP. Yampi gets a kill. What a hold. Nevera's 2 kills as Prx challenge backside, as they challenge spawn.
It's just ridiculous.
Won them that round.
Wow. Those shots are just ridiculous. I honestly thought he was on for the ace when he had the 1v1 while the other player was flashed here. Look at this. The thing is, Devi, that last pulse just gave him away.
Kurang lebar itu mesin ya.
Enggak juga nih, Veranya ngumpet sih.
Iya, makanya kalau lebih lebar kena itu.
Without the ace, all smiles for Nevera. All smiles for Liquid. And it's actually the Prx now.
Dia nge-flash diri sendiri gitu loh, Blo.
Who have to call a timeout.
You see the one Team Liquid fan at the watch party?
No, I missed it. No.
He's got the jersey up in the front row.
He's the only one who's happy in that room right now.
Sabar guys, sabar. Tenang, Prx, tenang.
It's still very early, but Liquid punch back.
Masa Liquid nih jaga angle-nya juga kerat, Cok.
Reminder how this series has gone so far. Team Liquid took map 1 after
Met lagi set kenapa?
back the lead at the final moment. We went to overtime. Second map, Prx was in control the entire time. Massive leads. This time, Team Liquid starting out with a small but respectable lead, and they forced Prx to save once again on a timeout.
They're going to buy a little bit, it looks like. Get Forsaken and Mind Freak a couple of weapons.
Hero rifles and stingers. And they've seen the formula so far. It's just been so often these light buy rounds end up winning out against the greater weaponry. I would have expected it for sure, especially if there's a couple ults thrown in here. But they do have the Mind Freak ult. And Prx, specifically Mind Freak, with that Cosmic Divide, has been being very creative.
Kemana itu?
So let's see.
What a knife. From the opposite side of the map.
Lands all the way towards A main.
Gila, dari B dia lempar ke E, anjing.
Dia bilang kemana itu dia yang pergi.
He does have a
Itu
showstopper.
grafik ke dia kayaknya.
Iya, dia nanya diri sendiri itu.
Is he on anchor here? Must be.
No,
It's being called right now. So if they find a timing, there's 10 seconds for him not to be able to TP.
Oh, Divide rotates away. No flash to swing on the angle. Forsaken takes her soul cast.
Jing loves to push off contact the rest of the map, and they are. They're pushing through Cat right now. Demastic almost committed. Just canceled the last second. Here we go.
Wisely waits as Jing goes forward.
Here's the spike up.
And Demastic just holding the site. Gets two big
Bang! Bang!
Benkai trying to retreat down in hell.
Astaga, Benkai.
That was a little wonky, but
yes, it was.
Again, just a life by. Forced out. And all of a sudden, it's
What happened?
all players up with their ults for Prx. Jing just going way past his team here. Could have been dangerous with that pick from Forsaken in mid.
I mean, we called him the soul of aggression.
Ini coach Prx sih marah-marah mulu anjing.
Right?
Ya,
He just
ya.
double satchels
dari
forward
dulu
with
ya.
the spike and
Dari dulu
come
Alex
what may, he tries to make a play.
I love that term actually because it feels like he just has a pulse on when the right time is to do it more than anybody in the game.
Yeah.
And that's what I was mentioning. Loves to do it when
And
there's
I'm like,
something
oh my
else
God,
happening
Jason,
on the map,
what
whether
are you doing
something
there?
in front of him or something completely different.
Opportunistic almost, yeah.
Just trying to find a spot in the comms where you can find a gap.
Still has that showstopper. Still has two satchels, so you know the go button hasn't been pressed yet.
And just to explain that a little bit more while Prx is playing the slow default. Anytime something happens on the map, you're going to be reacting to it, and that's when you take your hand off of an angle. Just for that second, that's where Jing tries to abuse.
Saya bisa semangat.
You're really
Timing
lucky
sih dapat
Prx
tuh.
let you explain that as long as you did.
They've got the trademark down now. There's a trap play here, but because of that Prowler, it gets canceled. So Navarre's not able to capitalize.
They're going to go forward. Benkai with the nightfall.
Wah,
You got Forsaken on the other side.
Counter ulted.
They want to go A.
They've got no follow-up utility here.
B holding the line with the op. Jing is gone. Nice pushes way all the way down into hell. Benkai spotted, doesn't seem to care. He's got cover. He's got help.
What a good play by Scream. He gets him.
Wah, Screamnya dapat
Forsaken was going to be the flank. But you're right, Scream gets him. Everything falls apart on the site. Liquid get to 6.
That is
guys.
Prep to a T right there. Scream, your star player, who is playing the B site, just waits while the hit's going on. You know, people are pushing heaven, and he's saying back B site to wait for this Forsaken cross. It's just so clinical. The book already has been written here for Prx, and they are not deviating. And that's a big problem. 4 rounds right now, and that's the type of thing that's going to balloon the lead. The desk was touching on Forsaken and his over peaks. That's an example. But even there, he's sheepish.
Bisa-bisanya ada ulti-ulti nih.
You want to play? Let's play.
5-man death ball towards A. Just waiting on the other side. You've got Nabera close by.
He's got the knife, so you know Jing loves to double satchel and showstopper out here.
Yep, and that's exactly the setup that he has.
Is he going to use it?
Jump across from Divide.
There it is, pops! Cancel! No, he's in front of it!
Oh, but it doesn't matter! Nabera's able to get the kill!
Astaga.
And now the nade to delay!
Jing nampe pakai ulti jarang kali bunuh orang dia.
All of the utility
Apa?
being used, everyone's
Jing
done
kalau pakai ulti jarang banget bunuh orang lo.
Jing itu susah keluar dari apa ya? Bad omen-nya gitu loh ya. Kalau dia lagi bad omen, panjang banget streaknya.
And they have
lagi
nothing
nasib buruk gitu ya.
to capitalize on any of the space that he might have
panjang banget
taken.
Jing, sumpah dah.
It's just too slow here.
Yeah, where's the second dip though if you're Prx?
You are divided.
Surely that's not the only thing you have planned.
This is it. Scream's gonna try to clear B main right now, so he's checking if it's a fake.
And off of the fact that Scream's getting all this info, you see on the top of your minimap, Soulcast rotating A.
And they just actually used their own KO nade to stop Scream from pushing if it was A main. They didn't know where he was coming from.
Nice.
This wall's gonna fall.
Close the door.
And Navarro will too. Yampi holding the angle with the Yapi. Spots a player. No, not able to land the shot. Team is sick. Trying to hold the site himself. He goes up top and he's able to tuck away. That was close. That was dangerous. But he stays alive and he goes back in.
They're seized.
Oh, off of the flash, but he's not able to get the spike down. Team is sick with a massive kill. Now with 8 seconds left. Liquid again. Hold Paper X back. What a playmaker.
So much stuff just happened right in that round. And massive credits to Soulcast as well, getting the seize off on the site.
Marah lagi.
So frustrating too. Remember, this game started out really good for Paper X. They were setting the tone, they were setting the pace. Team Liquid has responded so well.
Waduh.
And now the economy for Paper X, I believe, is broken. Right? They spent so much into that last round. They invested heavily. Not just in finances, right? But in the ultimates that they use. Remember, they used the Cosmic Divide. They used the Showstopper out from Jing. They found nothing.
Udah pakai 2 ulti ya?
What was
3 malah.
bases loaded for ultimates moments ago has turned into a home run for Team Liquid. 7-2, 5-round lead.
Ini kalau bisa dapat 3 round nih angin seger sih. Aduh, susah banget.
And I have to. Normally, I'd see the scoreline and I'd say it's certainly not a big deal, but for Paper X, this attacking side for them historically has been so good,
and it just looks so flat.
So I'm wondering, what
Jumpy nih, aduh, kapan sih OP-nya ganggu banget.
Is it going to be okay?
Ya, bikin nggak bisa ngentri sama sekali sih.
Jing, ayo Jing. Ini Prx tinggal Jingnya step up doang anjing.
She's just forsaken with a weapon.
He's been hurt here, both Soulcast and
Wah, ternyata buat dipancing Yan.
And it was off of that.
Yeah, Yampi holding with the angle.
Very cool setup out from Liquid. Now the rest of Paper X are smoked off. Mindfreak's the only one who's not with them. Divide tries to find space and try to work his way out onto the site. That works. But that was the only real flank they had, man. That was their only additional pressure. Jing just goes forward, goes backward, goes all sorts of which ways.
Low-key do need him on a fishing pole to bring him back in some of these instances, but...
Bro, what is this round? Bangai's gotten a weapon. And it's a 1v2.
Wah, itu kalau kepala si Jumpy sih menang itu. Tar anjing.
And it's a 6-round lead for Liquid.
Aduh, pusing 8-2.
Timeout for Paper X.
Di atas angin ini.
8-4 masih aman lah. Kalau 8-4 ya kalau
Kalau
jangan 10-2 aja.
10-2 berat, 9-3 masih ada chance lah dikit.
Ada curse-nya, ada curse.
feels gone.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in so long at this point that it almost feels like it's empty.
It just, every time they actually make it close to a choke point, just can't make it through.
Yeah. The defense out from Liquid has been impressive. It's been stalwart. An attempt to find a cheeky little kill early on from Liquid nets them nothing other than the pressure.
Devi is 1 off of ult right here, but he's walking up cat, so they're not interested in playing for any orbs.
Forsaken's madman. And now note here, it was off of the rendezvous, so Yampi gets away, but Scream is left in Cubby.
Yeah. And they have a deep trip as well, so they might not know that he crossed.
This is so pivotal here, especially if they do try to go for the speed split, and they are going to go for it. My goodness.
The wall gives them the time to rotate out to. Nightfall catches Jing. So they know there's somebody playing mid. But how close do they think? The Prowler's going to follow up, so they know.
Oh, and they paranoia into tree, and that's exactly where the rest of Paper X are.
Bisa dapat 1 lu.
Yeah, they've taken care of Jing mid, but Paper X go aggressive. They go forward. Look at Mindfreak. Deep behind enemy lines, deep into the belly of the beast. They keep Soulcast back. A 3v3 here. Use a Nightfall of their own.
Look at Scream. He's flanking top mid right now.
But Devi's waiting for it. He's ready for it.
Ah,
He spotted him. PaperX so desperately need this round.
Oh my goodness, he just bought so much time for them right now to re-clear heaven, but Benkai's waiting.
How is he so far up? How is he playing so aggressively? 2 seconds left on the haunt, and he finally drops down. And there it is. It's use that. Playing on Knife's Edge. Spots one, kills him.
Gila.
What a play out from Benkai. Scream finding one off the flash. A 2v2 here. Benkai still down low. Still in hell. Flash is gone. It's just Soulcast with 11 HP. And he never really made it out of heaven at all.
And even if Soulcast somehow takes care of Benkai, you've got the Mind Freak flank through Cat where it was planted for him.
Round in the half.
He pounced on that space after Scream gave it up. And it was really him unlocking this round. Was Demus like he wants to ult
Gila ya.
So desperately needed round from PaperX, man. Given the fact that Liquid won 7 rounds in a row and 8-4 half.
Yo, 1 round at a time, guys.
Kenapa ada tim Liquid, Cok? 1 orang, Cok, di tempat PRX.
More chance here to make that miracle happen. Don't forget Devi has his ult.
Mau dipukulin nggak bisa ya?
Lu nonton di rumah kayak anjing.
Gak usah berkawan lah gitu, ngapain lu jadi orang Singapura, babi.
Nevera hopping and Nevera challenged.
This is a double op setup as well.
Pelit anjing.
Just brings it away so there's no chance the PaperX players can pick it up later on.
You mentioned the double op setup. There's the second one.
That works.
Prowler cleared out. Forsaken flirted with death. Last round. This time doesn't get away with it. And there are not a ton of options. Yeah, Mind Freak has gotten in towards A, but I don't think they're going to pivot. They don't want to go that way. So keep an eye on that as a flank if they choose to commit.
That's huge. He's got the space right now. He has to find himself some space, and he has to stay alive.
Well, or perhaps a kill, right? Like in a 5v3, yeah, you've taken some space, but it's got to be more than that. And
Look
you're
at
right.
him.
Oh, he knows. He knows. But Mind Freak kills him anyway.
Is Copenhagen Mind Freak back finally when they needed him most?
How much more can he find? Is that enough? He retreats back into the safety of his team as the spike goes down. Now you
rolls out.
Yep.
Spike planted.
Prowler to try to find some space. Will that gravity well matter? Scream off the flash of Prowler. They're clearing everything. While the rest are
Bisa tadi 84 bisa yuk.
To give Devi something to play around.
And he's playing so far up, so forward.
Aduh, timingnya.
So worried about the angle from heaven, but it's actually a tree that betrays him. And now you've got the ult that's been used. Scream dropped. Mind Freak still playing back, and you've got Benkai down low. They've got him in hell. The crossfire is so good. Can Mind Freak win the round?
Don't forget the star. He's got the grab well. They're blocking it. Yeah. They're blocking the pull, but he doesn't get it enough. It's a good grab well.
Untung ketarik anjing.
Oh my goodness. Liquid went for it, but Mind Freak with the 1v2.
Untung ketarik anjing.
And that was a 3 versus 5 to end the half on. PaperX are back.
Again, a bloody miracle given how those 7 rounds in the middle of that half went. Let's look at that again. Soulcast trying to keep Scream on the defuse, trying to keep him on the spike. A cool idea that ultimately does not net them anything. The suck too strong. What a Red Bull clutch, as you mentioned. It was a 1v2 at the end. The utility setup was there, but it was not enough. An 8-4 half as PaperX try to stay competitive. Let's throw it down at the desk.
Thank you so much, Doug and Balla. And wow, what a conclusion there. That was not going well for PaperX until the end. Way to bookend some big round win sideshow because they desperately needed it if they want to stay competitive on Ascent.
I feel like the game plan from Team Liquid has just been immaculate. They've just come in and known exactly how PaperX want to move around the map. And every time there's an exec happening, everyone's waiting to destroy Jing. I think he's 3-11 at the half.
Yeah, it started off in this game with some really good quick rounds from PaperX, but since then, Team Liquid has been shutting down Yampy in particular, fantastic as an anchor. And on top of that, they've been setting away these lurks. They have not allowed Forsaken to find he's playing on the chamber. You saw in that round right there. He's alone, working his way towards B, but Scream chilled out. He waited for him. By the time, Team Liquid was so prepared for this matchup.
The spike was already planted by the time he's picking up that look.
So patient.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that just shows that they have the prep difference.
Yeah, indeed it does, and I think that is going to be the difference maker here. And we have a little bit of a defensive win rate here, 64.3% defensive win rate.
Not quite enough. That 8-4 down, you need a 67% win rate if you're going to be able to pull that one off. But
ini bagus banget sih ini. Kalau bisa bagus. Tapi Prx suka muji mental nyali kita, Cok. Apa? Deg-degan.
I think looking at the head-to-head between these two comps, when you don't have that dive, that gap close on the side of Team Liquid, players like Jing and Forsaken get a lot more value in fighting for the main control, both on that chamber and with that fade raise combination. If they can hold space in mains, shut down that Phoenix before it gets close enough to brawl on the site with the flashes, it can be really valuable.
Yeah, it's so important that you fight forwards on this defense. I don't necessarily mean push aggressive, but you've got to be there to actually attack the choke points. But the next round coming up, this pistol round is everything. Team Liquid are 2-11 so far at Champions.
Ini bisa banyak berkata-kata saya, guys, ya.
Disastrous. If they can win one, that will be the difference maker. But otherwise, we probably still got a close half.
Yeah, Team Liquid potentially win the pistol. They could walk away the winners and into the playoffs. A huge opportunity now for Prx.
Ya sih, artis mesti menang pistol sih.
Let's send it back over to Doug and Bala.
Pistol sih pasti menang sih.
Thank you so much, GB. The 2-11.
Kalau kayak gini-gini.
Gila itu
agresif tuh.
Gila 3-2 cuma dari round 1 loh.
Iya.
Is their percentage better, but they've also been dominating in that
Momentum
same
Jing
field
ini,
in this series.
pistol round.
Iya, cetain momentumnya dia nih.
Liquid started off with breaking a little bit of that pattern.
Udah panas deh.
So let's take a look. Ascent so far at this event has been one of those maps where these comebacks happen frequently.
It feels so swingy these days, yeah.
Good attempt there from Prx to try to get a little trap on his Scream.
Yeah, just a bit late.
Oh, actually, I think that was just Scream being so cautious on that approach. I don't think the timing has anything to do with it. Scream was baiting that out in a sense.
Oh, they're going to walk back up to street, and there are 3 members from Prx here.
Plus that star.
The star could spell disaster. And there it is. Gravity was used. It's just Navarro on the other side, but Prowler provides some cover. The swing out anyway. Scream gets one with the frenzy. And they're pushed back. Prx not able to hold that space. Again, remember 2-11 on pistols. Possibly the most important pistol that they will play this entire tournament right now.
Man advantage for Liquid.
And it's just gotten even bigger. Mindfreak on the swing out, finds one, not able to get the second. That kill would have been enormous.
Wah, berat banget sih ini.
Liquid will win all tournament.
Dari semua pistol run di sini dia kalah anjing pas menang semua.
Scoreline speaks to it.
Tapi Jing tadi maksa banget sih nge-push sih.
From Scream and so many others. And the pop-off is real right now for Team Liquid. They know they're moments away from making it towards playoffs.
Scream got out of his seat, man. Yeah, you can tell. They can feel it.
Instant nade here for Jing. Again, towards where Scream's positioned. He does take a bit of damage with that. That gives space right here. You saw how Yampi was the one who was holding it last time.
Oh,
here
but they
comes
know.
the flash.
They know. They're expecting the aggression.
It's ridiculous.
Bisa gitu ya?
Josh said prep diff at the halftime break.
Coachnya nih,
And
coachnya
it's just
spion
showing
nih
itself
anjing.
every single corner you turn around.
Kebaca ya? Hah? Gila dia nge-flash loh.
What else do Prx have, man?
Terus timing dia
We're very
kasih
likely looking at a
Corsairnya jalan
10-4
dulu
lead
kayak
on this
gitu ya kan.
decider. Other than the bookended rounds, as GB was mentioning in the first half, it's been all Liquid.
And while they're re-exploring mid, there's not even a gun to be found. Devi!
He's by himself, dude. That's a hero play if I've ever seen one.
And the hero plays when you start to see them this late in the game
Yeah,
is
it's concerning. Yep.
very concerning. It's what loses you more than you would have otherwise.
Anjir nggak ada mau
And
ngeplan.
look at how meticulous Liquid are being. Get the spike. They have so many opportunities to plant it, but they want to funnel it into Scream's hand, get him that run it back.
Also, recover all this space while he goes for that late delayed plant. They're ready for them to pop out of market.
Only one member has taken shield damage. And that's Scream. Financially, they're set up so well for the future too, man. They're also going to have 2 rifles to work with, 2 Phantoms into the next round, assuming nobody dies.
Are they going to spot them from top mid?
Oh, dear.
Wait a second. Wait a second. There's a lot of time here.
Yeah, Jing just found something.
They're not going to go into the site. These kills don't even really matter right now.
Last player standing.
No, the important thing is they carry both those Phantoms into the next round.
Thought there was a back door there for Prx. Whew.
Well, given how the series has gone, I wouldn't have been surprised.
That would have been ridiculous. 10-4.
Odin.
Team Liquid is matching the lead that Prx had on Pearl. But in map 3. Map number 3. The final map for Group A.
Ini kalau mereka kalah, mereka pulang ya?
Pulang.
Devi has the Odin. Maybe he can find something. You see a setup towards B. Did they just fight? Okay, the knife went mid. Devi rotated very early.
He's here top mid.
Yeah.
There could easily be a haunt here from Benkai that lands on top of market. Or Devi can melt them with it.
The knife not finding anything.
He falls off though. Good recall here from Jing, but the shots are missed, thankfully.
Better late than never, I suppose.
The reaction is not fast enough from Team Liquid. You saw Scream try to
lagi ngerasa lagi bau kali orang-orang pakai Phantom tuh ya nggak sih?
And there you go, first kill actually out from Prx. Prowlers exchanged here in B main.
And I cannot stress the importance of them getting that. They lose this or like they broken, you're looking at 11-12-4 maybe.
Dimisic just let Jing basically make the decision on whether he wants to go back into that pocket on Cat or not. And then re-flashed it to get a free kill, knowing that most likely there's no more satchels here for Jing. Don't forget Scream has this ult. There's 30 seconds and they're evening again.
Dulu anjing rotate, oi.
Haven't garnered a ton of info towards mid or towards B. It's really just Dimisic who's holding.
They're gonna get the plant out with 5 seconds, if anything, if at all.
If they're that fortunate, you still have 2 defenses from Prx here.
12 seconds, 2 players, you said it.
Haunt's been destroyed. There's the ult. The ult's been used. Benkai feeling pressure. Starting to get
commit to the
overwhelmed.
plan.
Yes, to turn around. You're absolutely right. It's a 5 with the Odin. From the very beginning. That's the round for Prx.
Just a head-scratching round here from Team
Nah, tapi
Liquid.
miskin juga, Cok.
It speaks to inexperience still of Scream. But I do love how the rest of the team, they just committed to it.
Defender ini.
Follow the call till the end. 5 seconds to plant. And okay, Prx on the board. Again, that was the bonus for Team Liquid. Yeah, sure, they invested a lot in the anti-eco because of the rifles, but don't forget they saved those into it.
Gue paling gak suka loh, main freak itu ada di top 1 atau top 2.
And let's see.
Kenapa? Berarti ada yang gak perform antara Jing sama Forsaken.
It's not a fully fleshed out buy.
Meanwhile, Team Liquid's buy is really good for Forsaken.
Nice.
Top mid against Scream.
Forget what I said about the Guardian being concerning.
Liquid's still trying to work the map right now. Their approach so far, since the last 2 rounds, has felt disjointed. There's another player going off by himself.
And you've got a third across the Soulcaster, they're flirting with fire.
Where are you?
And he has to cross mid where
Udah lu saving lah, bro. Bisa 2, bro. Ngapain lagi sih?
Maju sih, maju.
You see
Jangan
it, Red
saving.
X is littering the path that he's trying to get to.
Maju.
Angle bagus banget, angle yang main freak.
And then if you somehow manage to get through
Nggak
no
kelihatan,
man's
Cok.
land.
He just crouched past that. Didn't really realize you could do that. You can crouch past the jump peak. Yampi with the tech. Oh my goodness.
Berarti udah dibaca, tau gak sih lu?
He has no clue.
Dia suka lompat-lompat nih. Jalan jongkok ya kalau lewat ya.
Around like a rabbit with a knife out.
Gila, gila.
Udah dibaca.
Imagine feeling pretty foolish now. Not committing to the
Sacil
plant,
loh,
not committing to the
Jing,
spike, expecting some of that aggression. You just heard a satchel go off from Jing. Grabs bait. They've got an aid to delay the haunt there. Soulcast on the swing.
They've busted this open.
This would be disastrous for Prx. This was a 5v2. Bola.
Nice.
Kok menang ya anjing?
Ya kan 1 bunuh.
Gue masih fokus di Tero anjing.
Prx get another one in.
Yan, fokus Yan.
Meanwhile, they get the spike down. Oh, actually, Demus has a lot of money here. They definitely, potentially could invest. Yeah, Scream's instant buying here. There's definitely going to be a challenge against Prx, who you mentioned the economy was a little rough for them in that prior round.
Mampus lu tolol.
This is the early round, remember, where it was clearly Team Liquid didn't
Flashnya
exactly
dari
know
mana,
what
anjing?
the approach was supposed to be.
Kayak ngelemparnya dari mana ya?
Itu yang paling depan pengen gua ngentot Corsair gua pukulin anjing.
Iya.
Sumpah anjing gua pukulin anjing.
Negara
lu lagi berperang bangsat. Saya pilih tim lain
Bisa pilih tim lain ya.
Sumpah anjing.
Duduknya paling depan lagi anjing. Masuk TV.
There's just gonna be a fight at their doorstep before they know it. He's here. Note they have a couple of sheriffs to work with. Jing has to back up.
Pivots are coming so often. They're plentiful here.
Ya, begitu kalah dipukulin itu Yan pulang mati Yan.
The thing is, A main, no control for them at all.
Disuruh pulang anjing sumpah.
You've got Forsaken and Mindfreak
Ini
here.
lu nonton di rumah dah ngapain caper memek.
Forsaken looking to find more with that operator. The trademark to provide some cover. Spike hasn't been committed to yet. Yampi trying to play back. Jenny Demasik has fallen. There's the ult. He's gonna go up top. He's not. Oh, he is gonna get a kill on the soul cast. As Jing continues to hunt, continues to push, and continues to kill.
Jing dibanting diseret Yan.
Ini udah ngaceng ini bro, mati lu Liquid.
Turns the first half scoreline for Jing on its head. 3 and 11 he was at the half. Now 5 rounds into it.
Dia tarik mundur anjing dengan
He's
step.
11 and 13.
Clearly finding more comfort on this side of the map.
It is just a particularly easier half to play for Jing. Doesn't have to be the tip of the spear in this composition for the defense. He's reacting more
Menang
than
round ini
anything.
lagi aja dah.
Here's where they're starting to threaten this double satchel play in the smoke that we've seen over and over from Prx. There's still
kena
money
mental
here
kan
from Team
bingung
Liquid.
mau kemana.
It's really all in the hands of Yampi.
Kecor lagi Gi.
Asik.
Kecor lagi Gi. Ujung lu sana. Kesangin orang.
You've got Bankai who's here. You've got a starter help, provides a little bit of help. Star. Bankai swinging into it, but the Prowler has to push him back. They're off the flash, off the swing. Gets it. Now the Nightfall's been used, but I don't think it hit anyone. No, they're all still safely playing back in Swan. Divide looking for a free one, finds nothing.
Semua lompat-lompat lanjut.
Down to 4 HP though.
Tetek semuanya tuh.
JMP-nya 4 HP, cok.
No ults
Dua
to
orang
work
gak
with
punya
here for
armor.
Prx. Oh, and the shot from Yampi. They have no more market control.
Saving.
Iya,
It's a quick call too.
Yeah, it is. Are they just repositioning, maybe looking for exits? At this point, you've burned so much time. I don't know that you can really commit.
And you've given up the space that you want to fight for exits here. Last time Team Liquid went up through spawn, maybe they're expecting the same sort of thing. Grab the op back, that's nice.
Now the save call makes a bit more sense.
Power weapons still available.
Yeah.
But
Berani ya mereka.
Liquid inching ever
Main begini di
closer
saving.
to the end of this group.
Kenapa,
To
bro?
the end of Group
Iya
A.
berani di saving anjing.
Need a drop.
4 teams entered. Leviathan, the surprise exit immediately from this group. And 2 contenders in Team Liquid and Prx right now battling it out for that final spot.
Iya mending 2 OP ya.
Healthy buy for Team Liquid.
Yeah.
Tadi Jumpini Vera juga double OP.
Meanwhile, the operator that we saw in the end of the previous round in the hands of Forsaken. And he is challenging mid. It looks like they're just going to fully Mind Freak off of this site.
That wall just gets them out. Mind Freak alone.
Yeah, it's a really good cover, and then they can flash out of it if they need be. But Mind Freak
hello?
paranoid. Oh, yeah, I thought he
through
was
the wall!
cleared. Yampi and Navera hold them back. Benkai from up top sees everything, sees everyone. But can I get the space he's looking for meanwhile? Oh my Forsaken. Creeping forward. Soulcast. Spidey senses tingling. A really good idea that there's somebody behind him. You see the pings out on the minimap, but the timing not on his side. They still have a shot at this. Devi still has Snowden. They still have some utility to work with from Benkai. One more Prowler to his name.
It's a fight.
Oh, and he lands the shot!
Nice.
Scream and Demasik outnumbered. The spam through is Forsaken, finds another. Can Dima hold them back himself? The new addition to Liquid finds nothing.
Mati lo kontol anjing.
And Prx bring it up to 8 at this point.
Tim lonte, bro.
Tim lucu cowok
Liquid
anjing.
to 3.
Alah tim lucu. Lu gini kuat lu anjing lu.
For them to shrink this even more before Liquid gets the chance to get onto match
Tadi
point.
padahal si main freak Aaron bisa dapat banyak ya.
The second one was funner to look at, yeah, but you really, I mean, if not for that first kill on the Soulcast, they don't get that space. He doesn't get the second kill. They don't get the
Pukulin itu. Woi, masker putih.
Oh yeah, I see him
Pukulin.
Is that the coach? I mean, he just called the timeout.
Yang berdiri ya.
That's crazy.
Freak-out going on.
Apa? Timeout.
Sumpah ini orang sana nggak ada yang berani mukulin kak. Bagaimana sih? Sumpah anjing.
Hukumnya berat bro di sono bro.
The timeout's been called. Liquid with some time to think things over.
Harusnya dari pihak Prx HQ-nya sih yang ngusir sih.
Iyalah, ini lu pulang anjing, lu mau dukung Liquid ya udah sono balik lu nggak usah datang.
Dan gak usah action lu depan kamera.
Iya, ini Prx first party anjing.
Gila ya. Ya di Indo mah udah diludahin cowok. Dikit lah. Apalagi tadi pas berdiri. Sliding dikit tuh kakinya sebelah tuh.
Since then it's been 4 of 5 in favor of Paper.
Pakai baju apa yang dukung TL? Pakai jersey TL anjing tadi.
Ridiculous stat.
Tuh sosokan Ye itu loh. Angkat-angkat tangan berdiri. Ih. Si paling ganteng anjing.
Ya
nggak sih ya?
KOs don't even do that much normally.
Itu jijik gak sekali ya gitu ya.
Babi.
What a team effort for Liquid when you look at that. Jing has slowed down a little bit since we started singing his praises. He's gonna have to speed back up. Oh, that's interesting. That could turn. Just to nade them off.
Dipancing terus ya utilnya.
Usually that knife gives you free aim.
Ya, tapi kan sama-sama keluar, bro. Reconnya satu.
But with the nade, he has the time to sit there.
Tapi kan kalau bunuh balik, selalu aja.
Iya sih.
Daripada dia nggak kepake mati, mending dia pakai.
Waiting for this one way to fade, and it does.
At the same time that they apply a deep smoke into mid, they prowl and main. And yeah, it's counter.
Looking for Forsaken, he's going aggressive. Jing 2 with the recall at the same time. And Scream's getting his ult up. Mind Freak has it all to do right now.
You're dead. There are a couple members here. You hear the ult has been used. The paranoia out to provide some cover. Scream drops the molly and takes the space, but he's got a nightfall he's going to have to deal with. Soulcast finds Forsaken. Ult takes the space, but no kills found. Javai on the spam finds
Team
one.
Flash.
This is looking for another no. Yampi's off, cleans him up. Benkai falls too. Is this how it ends for Prx?
Just destroyed on that sight hit. Everything. I mean, Jing went for this recalled smoke push.
Jing nggak ada backup.
It's the type of play you expect from them. But it doesn't work out. Scream versus Jing.
Ngikutin siapa? Lu ngikutin Dajjal ini pasti.
And they're one round away from doing it.
Astaga.
One round away from continuing their streak of never missing groups or playoffs.
Oh, and Ball, it's a heavy stack B. Perhaps a mid split. Yeah, you see Cat has been smoked off. Deep mid has been smoked off. That's exactly what they're going to go for. But Forsaken here flashed up, not able to get back to his rendezvous.
TP backside too.
Liquid was Liquid overwhelm everything. Prx have no defenses. They try to stream onto the site and they overflow the paper dam that's left. No defenses around, nothing to be seen. Davai and Jing with way too much before them. And now Jing's position spotted, given away. A 5v1 to keep your tournament life alive, to keep the year alive, and nothing is found. Liquid with the prime gaming flawless to survive.
The last pillar from LCQ to be erected for champions. And it does not topple to Prx. Your final SEA representatives, your final APAC representatives. And the second place curse lives on.
What a round, man. And you could see the writing on the wall. As soon as the smokes went up, they took the space. The flash were there for Forsaken, not able to get back to the rendezvous. It was clinical. That last round may have been the cleanest one of the half.
And we have to say again, huge props to the coaching staff on Team Liquid. This was a prep day. And it's
bikin harum banget.
Lojingnya nggak bau aja tadi di teror.
Padahal di Pearl dia harum
So much
banget
work
ya
behind the
anjing.
scenes for Liquid, and you saw it all on display there.
great to see Team Liquid in form, making good decisions, making it to playoffs where I think people can get behind this team in a big way.
Really good reason. I mean, really no reason not to.
Ya anjing pure.
For as much as perhaps Liquid fans have been burned before and, you know, betrayed maybe, the truth is the performance that they just put together, right? Like,
Udah nggak ada, apa udah nggak ada,
only
langsung
blip
guys.
on this series, and you remove that, and it was an incredible performance from beginning to end.
Haven was great. I mean, hey, they even started great on Pearl too.
Yeah.
And that was a map that they just haven't had the time to play.
Surely no real time to play. You're absolutely right. That is a brave man.
Pukulin. Ngentot.
Also,
itu katanya that's the brave man anjing.
18 to 9 this game. Still
Ya,
fragging
so
with the best
asik
of them,
banget
obviously.
orang.
Quite literally leading from the front.
7 first bloods that
Oh
game.
dikasih sih ada di
Tied
situ.
with his brother.
Tolol banget juga Prx
There.
ini ngasih orang kayak begitu masuk. Liak lagi.
Anaknya yang punya gedung, Cok.
Kayaknya ini dia, Bang. Nge-cheat dia.
With their record of never getting grouped on the line.
Enggak, anak yang punya gedung, Cok. Prx numpang di sono.
They were the bells of the ball in Copenhagen, right? They were the darlings that everyone fell in love with, going toe to toe with
Tapi Yan,
FPX at finals.
kok dikasih lo
For
dia
them
masuk
to
ya
not
anjing
make it
juga
out
ya.
of it.
Jangan nih, soalnya kan capnya aja namanya Prx Party kan. Dia harusnya Prx.
Bro, lu harus pindah ke Indonesia dan rasakan dukung negara lain saat ya Allah anjing si hancur lu. Lu kena mental dibully seadanya men. Serius dah.
Ente, Cok.
Lu dicari IG lu semuanya dicari sumpah tuh kalau Indonesia tuh ya. Gak tendang hidupnya anjing. Isinya tuh isi komennya.
Gue nggak ada yang berani mukulin mon
Iya,
anjing.
makanya kalau di Indonesia tuh isi komen sosial media ini pengkhianat negara anjing. Percaya
Iya
nggak?
bener. Dicari itu anjing.
But boy, did Liquid prep for those guys.
Ente lah.
Right again, you think about the recall, just one play to really
Dan
highlight.
orang-orang yang bisa menenangkan akan ngerasa
down
mampus lu anjing.
expecting Jing to swing.
Yeah.
It was just gorgeous.
So many moments like that too throughout the entire series, specifically on a Haven and Ascent. Obviously, Pearl didn't go in that same direction.
We don't talk about Pearl.
But man, it was
sama
evident.
Leviathan.
And
Aduh,
I was
Allah,
worried
Prx,
about that because
banyak
of the
banget
game
throwingnya.
against DG.
Tapi Leviathan calon juara sih emang.
Emang rapi banget ya, Nia?
Iya itu calon juara
In
itu.
zone MVP on your screens right now. Scan the QR code to get
Dukung
your
mereka
votes
gue
in
sekarang
on
udah.
who it was. You got Dino 6 Scream,
yang
Yumpy,
ada
and then the red
kribo
pill. Actually, no, don't.
Ya,
Atau lu ya?
Tacoli lah. Tacoli lah.
Lila.
Lah, Takolila kan?
Iya,
Takolila.
Namanya
Iya,
Tacolila lah.
DG juga udah pulang ya?
Udah.
Optik lah berarti.
Optik.
Optik sama Leviathan dah gua.
Nah iya bener.
Gua DRX lah.
Malu.
Gua DRX juga strong sih.
Gua DRX lah.
Gua optik sama FPX sih, gua FPX masih kuat sih Yan.
Pulang Derek.
Gua DRX sama
liatin ini dong.
Lagan.
Enggak ada liatin ini fancamnya tadi itu.
Cari tahu sih itu siapa.
Pasti ada yang mukulin lah, mungkin enggak anjing.
Iya itu lagi ditenangin bang.
Itu lagi dipukulin itu kayaknya.
Tapi so asik banget itu, gua kesel ya.
Capernya itu mon, jijik banget anjing.
Lu tinggal di mana sih anjing? Lu Asia Tenggara ngentot.
Siap Pride sekarang.
Masalah itu dia orang Singapura, dia orang Singapura, PRX tim Singapura. Terus dia datang ke watch party PRX pakai baju Liquid tuh anjing itu disrespect banget tai, sumpah.
Dan Yan, kita pun orang Indonesia men. Dukung semati-matian itu ngentot ya gak sih? Dianya kayak begitu anjing banget.
Nih katanya Rian nih, Rian Prx nih Onyx. Asia Prx sekarang direct saja. Biar franchise apa nggak diremehin.
Ya.
Direct lah gue lah, udahlah nggak apa-apa lah. Gue direct sama FPX lah.
Jago apa gitu.
FPX aja belum tentu lolos ya tapi.
FX kalah emang belum?
Kan FPX kalah nih. Ntar lower nih, lawan kru.
FX lower belum.
Lower anjing.
Kalah sama
siapa dia?
Lawan Xset.
Oh iya, Xset emang kuat sih.
Lagi wangi juga sih dia.
Nih,
Tapi yang menang
itu
lawan
Xset
Xset
sama orang kawanku itu dulu di CROSSHAIR anjing.
Siapa?
Si Airin.
Airin.
Iya.
Oh.
Nih.
Oh, yang cewek Thailand itu.
Nah.
Beda Airin.
Nah, yang udah lolos Levi kan udah nih, Liquid barusan. Optik udah. Lot lawan Zeta nih. Ini main.
Lot bang. Lot itu.
Ini Xset udah. Ini kayaknya kru lah.
Lot.
FX sih.
FX sih bang.
FX lah.
Gua kru.
Udah DRX itu 2020 lu menangnya belum kalah 1 map ya?
Belum, lu lihat ini DRX gak mau kalah anjing main.
100T kalah juga ya.
Tuh, 18-16 lu lihat tuh udah mau kalah nggak jadi.
Bas. Oh, ini yang DRX yang comeback itu ya kan belum?
Iya, comeback ini.
Iya.
Alternatif udah terus dibantai gitu di fracture.
Tapi please guys. Kayak Twitter sih yang bisa nemuin itu orang ya. Percaya nggak lo?
Itu tuh juga ketemu. Itu pasti ada orang Singapura yang sama lah kayak kita anjing, pasti dicari gila.
Fanatic 100T
Nah,
lah.
kita harus cari di Twitter sih.
Enggak, playoffnya enggak ini. Nih Fanatic main ntar nih lawan mana?
Carilah. Apa tulisnya Prx Betrayer ya?
Riot. 100 tips lawan ini. Nah, ini ketemunya ntar nih.
Optik Liquid. Pulang ngelakonin langsung deh. Lower.
Iya anjing Yan. Di-repost sama tim Liquidnya anjing.
Ah iya.
Shout out to this fan at the PRX crowd ngentot.
Ya iyalah. Pasti di
iyalah
sama Liquidnya nggak mungkin enggak anjing. Orang dia senekat itu gila.
Iyalah.
Oh. Ian, ngentot sih bajunya anjing. Masa dia foto nama Jing, foto profil ya? Dia foto nama Jing sama Benkai pakai baju Liquid.
Hah?
Foto profil di Twitternya.
Foto sama Jing sama Benkai tapi dukungnya Liquid.
Ngentot nih baju Liquid juga.
Ya emang dari dulu berarti udah ketahuan yang punya gedung itu, Mon.
Ketemu nih orangnya.
Mana coba cek
Namanya Interactivelra.
Coba share Mon.
Interactivelra.
Interactivelra.
Iya, Tivelra. Tivelra. Interactivelra.
Bisa
share.
Nggak bisa.
Gak ada Twitter, gue lupa password Twitter gue. Sumpah, itu yang di HP.
Coba yang share ginian.
Wah, ada Twitter.
Gue juga nggak punya.
Lihat aja.
Udah ketemu nih orangnya anjing. Interactivelra. Wah anjing sih.
Caper, sumpah itu orang caper banget anjing. Kelihatan banget nerdnya ngentot. Nerd banget anjing itu bocah.
Bocil report. Hilang itu Twitternya, Cok.
Dia story anjing. Dia story, dia selfie. Nih, gue kirim ke Pablo lah.
Aduh, kok nggak ada.
Lu ada Twitter nggak, Bro?
Ini gue lagi buka.
Interact, share screen dong.
Oh iya.
Lu nggak mau, gue sendiri kan share screen.
Agak susah share screen nih, Mon. Nah, ini bisa nih. Interact.
Tivelra. Velra ya. Velra benar. Go to.
Hilang.
Nggak ada. Apa salah gue ya?
Mana cok?
Interaktif LRA, bener kan? Apa I itu? I besar ya, Bro? Interaktif I jangan L coba. Interaktif gede RA.
Ini.
Ya, coba.
Aduh,
Lu buka Twitternya tim Liquid.
Tim Liquid apa?
Liquid Valorant. Tulisannya Liquid Valorant.
Oh.
Tuh. Nah, terus scroll ke bawah. Nah, lu klik itu, tweet yang itu. Jangan videonya. Klik, bukan. Klik di atasnya itu boleh. Tulisan bawahnya tuh. Nah, itu.
Nih.
Nah, ya terus ada di bawah tuh scroll bawah, itu balasannya tuh interact. Nah, tuh. Itu cowok orang.
And bisexual people exist.
Yan, anjing Yan. Apa tadi? Belum lihat paling atasnya belum? Yan.
Bisex tolol. Tolol.
And bisexual people exist.
Scroll ke bawah belum? Apa ya foto-foto itu? Anjing.
Aduh mukanya. Tapi dia ini banget.
Your boy just did a fitness test, so obviously your energy levels are a bit low, but trust me, that's not gonna stop me from supporting this team right here, from winning. Interesting prospects that I'm going into right now because we're actually watching it together with some Prx fans. So it's gonna be fun, for sure, but you gotta roll with the punches, you never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, let's go Liquid. Hey Liquid Nation.
Ya juga tahu, dia juga pikir nggak tahu apa bakalan ditonjok apa enggak anjing katanya.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Yan. CDM.
Anjing ada.
Udah sering itu mah.
Anjing.
Sign follow jersey. Ya kalau pendukung Liquid mah pasti nggak apa-apa ya.
Ya enggak seenggaknya lu respect ke fans Prx lah.
Iya.
Itu kan
didn't exactly know what the approach was supposed to be. Didn't exactly know.
Mana nggak ada yang pas dia barusan tadi teriak menang anjing.
Ada di repost, dia ada nge-repost.
Di mana?
Gak tahu deh. Bawa lagi kayak. Tapi ngeselin banget anjing tuh orang.
Lah. Ente adik-adik.
Di Indo sih nggak hidup, Cok.
Nah, kalau di Indo sih bantai-bantai, Bro.
Matilah itu orang kayak gitu mah.
Udah, Cok. Thank you. Gua mau Discord dulu.
Selesai match bro, lu nggak niat, Cok, streamnya.
Apa?
Sampai habis emang udah selesai?
Ada lagi satu lagi.
Ngobarin lah lu.
Hah? Wah?
Di
Laut lawan Zeta, malas besok aja, Cok.
Gua nggak dapet restream lu. Parah lu kerja lu anjing.
Iya, Cok. Mau
Parah,
istirahat.
Cok, paham lu, Cok.
Woi, udah dari tadi, Mon, dari sore gua.
Iya juga sih.
Iya kan.
Dia mau GTA pasti, Mon.
Kagak.
Iya sih.
Gua mau ke bawah ngobrol itu deep talk. Gangguin Anang sama Meti, Cok. Mau tidur gua. Nggak satu ini, weh. Besok baru kita sampai pagi tuh. Kan ada 100 Fanatic sama Leviathan.
Apa besok?
Besok FPX lawan Crew. Terus malamnya 100 Tips lawan Fanatic, Cok. Ini Fanatic dibantai-bantai, sumpah. Nonton Fanatic dibantai-bantai, Cok.
Parah ya, Cok, Pablo.
Iya.
Mahal, Cok, restream Palo. Gua nggak dapet anjing.
Enggak, gua nggak off stream, guys. Gua ke Discord mau gangguin Meteo Manang. Itu doang. Ini masih lama banget, setengah jam mulainya. Ya udah ntar balik lagi setengah jam.
Dia pengen ngebacotin ini nih.
Nggak Anang, Cok. Gua penasaran dari tadi viewer pada bilang deep talk pada ngapain sih, pengen gua gangguin.
Tahu ada mana?
Gak tahu, hilang.
Bentar, Cok. Bentar ya, Mon, Yan.
Iya.
Karena gue nonton film McDonald ya kan. yang punya penggagas ide malah di kick kan. Udah ente bro, PRX.
Pulang cok, sedih cok.
Kecil banget suara lu anjing.
Lu kecilin.
Kagak.
Mana ada, normal aja kan Teo suara gua.
Kecil.
Masa sih?
Serius?
Ini enggak kecil banget. Normal,
Nah,
normal.
ini udah.
Suaranya kecil.
Suara
Tadi
gua
kecil lu
kecil
ngomong
tadi.
tadi.
Ya kan gua lagi sokul bro.
Selamat istirahat, tidur aman.
Prx pulang cok.
Season ini gimana Ronaldo menurut lu? Ronaldo tuh masa sisaan guys.
Tadi gue denger ada yang lagi set katanya jadi set boy.
Tengah?
Lagi curhat-curhat, katanya lagi
yang
sedih.
Yang
Udah lagi sedih, lagi deep talk katanya. Coba gue mau denger dong, kepo dong.
Makan.
Oke, gue terusin tadi ya. Jadi intinya penawaran itu masuk, terus karena gue mikir gue nge-build RBJ dari awal yang kayak gue belum pingin ngelepas aja, walaupun angkanya oke. Jatuhnya dia invest, tapi dia pingin saham di atas 50% guys. Jatuhnya dia yang megang 60 sampai 70%, gue sisa sahamnya. Menurut gue nggak mau. Gak worth it. Ya kalau Matthew ya itu Matthew Entertainment tiba-tiba ada orang masuk, gue akuisisi Matthew Entertainment dulu lah. Tapi lu saham 20%-nya ya.
Enggak.
Ya itu prinsip Erik.
Ini yang masih live siapa nih? Oh apa aja ya?
Lah,
lu masih live kan?
Masih gue masih
lagi.
Kan gue follow tadi. Ini kalau ini kecampur-campur jadi nggak jelas nanti.
Oh iya benar.
Oke guys. Oh iya ada bola, aduh nggak menonton Munchen Barca.
Arsenal main, Cok.
Inter Barca apa? Inter Munchen apa Barca Munchen? Inter Barca bukan sih? Tadi yang ngabarin gue.
Arsenal main apaan?
Arsenal main gak sih?
Oh Europa League ya? Bentar lagi tuh.
Besok ya?
Besok anjing.
Inter Bayern.
Kita Liga Malam Jumat bro. Tolong bedakan hari.
Lu dua.
Orang kan udah jam 12 nih. Jadi today-nya ini. Lu tem. Ini masih champion, harinya champion ini.
Oh bukan di Liga Champion ya?
Enggak, lu bareng sama gue besok. Oh Inter Munchen, Barca Victoria Pleasant.
Iya Inter Bayern.
Nggak usah nonton ini mah. Nonton guys. Udah guys.
Besok nonton.
Ngantuk.
Enggak, teman kita mau berhenti streaming katanya, bro.
Siapa? Matthew. Kalau udah
over 3 kah? Pasang lah, menang itu.
Kalau memang dari yang Matthew Entertainment sudah cukup, ya kan?
Belum sih.
Jangan stop kalau gitu. Chill dulu, ya harus kerja keras bro.
Chill aja bro, chill.
Chill meh.
Ke 200.000 lu diam guys. Pasang berapa nih minimal? Semampu lu aja anjim. Nanya ke gua pasang berapa. Ya kalau over 3 ambil lah.
Evga.
At least 21, 22 dah.
Kenapa tiba-tiba Matthew bilang mau berhenti streaming?
PRX kalah.
Kenal kalah.
Ada hubungannya babi.
PRX kalah. Kita utang kopi sama Anang.
Anjing gua kalah mulu, kesel.
Besok minum kopi apa kita guys ya?
Aduh. Izzy, halo.
Aman Basrial, lu kalau menang gas ini sawer ya kan?
Izzy ini itu ya?
Siapa?
Yang pemain PUBG kan?
Siapa namanya?
Dari MMK lagi gue udah ngomongnya.
MKZ, MKS.
Iya kan Plitzy kan? Yang gue demen. Yang gue demen
Iya
kan?
ya. Iya, Plitzi.
Oh dia ini kagak admin, rasanya dulu udah admin di gua.
Beda nama kali.
Iya, weh ayo main bareng kapan, Cok?
Pesan kopinya Starbucks Mas lah. Iya kan? Kopi dari Pablo enak, Cok.
Ya gua transfer lah pokoknya ntar.
Enggak mau transfer. Orderin.
Susah nang, sumpah. Orderin tuh susah.
Gampang alamat gua, gampang.
Anjing nang.
Matthew nggak pernah cuan, Cok.
Gua pernah dikirim anjing.
Nggak pernah dikirim.
Matthew agak kurang, cenayangnya agak kurang kalau soal-soal kayak gitu, guys.
Masa
Kopinya
iya?
nggak kepake, guys.
Kirim terus Teo. Nggak pernah dikirim, dia nggak pernah dikirim sama sekali loh.
Gak pernah kayaknya.
Jadi hari kedua masih mau pasang tidak adik-adik?
RRQ kayak tai anjing.
Udah gue bilang adik-adik, jangan RRQ adik-adik.
Tapi kalau pilih morph juga lebih kayak tai lagi. Untung match terakhir bagus.
Yang terakhir doang.
Iya. Matthew.
Grimsnya berapa kali? Top 5 anjir, top 3.
Morph 4 match 5 poin anjing.
GPX masih keras ya. Kagak boleh di
Besok
fix
gue
sih gitu.
lanjutin ini lagi ya, lanjutin live lagi Den. Keburu nggak ya anjing?
Bareng.
Katanya lu digeser.
Jadi.
Udah pada geser.
Katanya besok. Nggak ngerti gua.
Enggak.
Bareng
berarti.
Bareng,
Aman besok jam 10 gitu.
Ya udah bareng
Ya, jam 10 kekejar itu. Match rare doang paling kayak miss.
Tenang aja bro. Gue sih udah tontonan ya. Kita nonton aja, Cok.
Iya.
Nonton aja.
Nonton aja IDN kan.
Bisa tebak yang chicken di match pertama aja masang Sunhawk lagi. Info rumor transfer player udah ada belum Mas Anang? Masih ada yang banyak trial karena bursa transfer itu dibuka PMGC. PMGC kelar, bursa transfer dibuka, nah baru transaksi nego-nego di situ. Tapi kalau untuk trial itu bebas.
Tanya Teo. Kalau berhenti streaming nanti bakal susah cari viewer lagi kalau live lagi.
Betul.
Iya, part of.
Ada yang kita kejar pasti ada yang kita tinggal ya nggak sih kata Bang Pen.
Over 3 ambil lah menurut gua. Jangan banyak-banyak tapi 200 aja lo pasang.
Ada Cok, Anang ngajarin judi. Yang bener Nang.
Rusak Anang anjing.
Dia kalau menang nyawer anjir.
At least lewat DM gitu. Ini kan lagi live stream ya.
Kan jam bebas.
Oh, jam bebas. Oh ya udah jam 12 ya. Jamnya orang dewasa, Bro. Jangan nangis.
Orang dewasa, Cok. Gue tuh nggak bisa memaksakan juga, Bro.
Maksain apa?
Mas Anang kenal nggak tahu.
Maksain aja gitu.
Capek. Udah tua sih soalnya.
Gua nggak yang berhenti banget enggak gitu, bukan. Tapi yang kayak sekarang gue lakuin aja gitu.
Agak terbengkalai.
Iya, tadi kan gue kan belum sempat ngobrol sama teman-teman viewer. Tadi kebetulan ada admin gue banyak juga ya, gue ngomong. Sekarang jadi cara streaming, mungkin ke depannya juga bakal gitu. Streaming akan tetap ada tapi nggak sesering dulu lah intinya. Mungkin gue akan fokusin ke konten lah.
Konten bro. Off dulu. Siap PC.
Cuman nggak mau bocor iya. Masih trial guys. Intinya satu akun bisa dipakai banyak orang dah. Gua kasih tahu doang.
Ya kita juga nggak tahu ke depan gimana.
Apa?
Ya kan?
Apa yang mana nih?
Nah, ke
itu
depan.
Sebelah.
Iya, nggak tahu gue juga.
Belum ada obrolan emang?
Belum. Kalau melihat waktu sih tinggal 2 minggu lagi, bro.
Ya, all the best lah.
Ya, we'll see lah.
We'll see.
Terus itu kan mempengaruhi juga sih.
Pas part of something, Cok. Bagian daripada
menurut gue
resiko.
gini sih. Gak apa lah ya ini. udah viewer malam kan. Menurut gue tuh kalau gue sih, gue udah mencoba 100% lah di dunia perstreamingan ini. Perkontenan ini. Tapi kayaknya ini udah mentok gitu. Lu pernah ngerasa gitu gak sih berdua?
Ya.
Ini udah ya gue itu segini kalau gue gitu. Kecuali kalau gue mau lebih, gue harus berubah. Nggak jadi gue.
Iya.
Iya, paham.
Ya kan? Kalau untuk jadi gue,
Guys, gue off lanjut ke Matthew atau kadang ya guys. Thank you guys.
Gue lakuin, semua gue udah maksimal.
Bye guys. Soalnya ntar ini nih.
Ya udah mentok segini. Pilihannya tadi kan harus berubah.
Nggak enak ntar nyambung sama Valonya susah. Bye guys.